What's up, ninjas? I just finished competing in the IBJJF Masters Worlds 2025, and I'm going to share with you in this video 3 things that I took away from it and how I'm going to improve and get to the top of that podium. So I'll be sharing with you some information about training, nutrition, and performance that we've worked on for the last 3 to 6 months to prepare for this. If you don't know me, my name is Nakapan. I'm on a mission to become the first over 45 Triple Crown champion. That's a world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and Kudo. And I'm here to share this journey with you so we can chase greatness together. So I didn't get gold. I walked away with a bronze. That's not what I wanted, but that's progress. I have to tell myself that a lot because I beat myself up when I don't achieve the goal that I'm looking for. Now, this goal that I set to become the Triple Crown champion, I give myself 5 years, right? So this is the first attempt at the first major tournament. And I had 5 matches in my weight class. The Masters 3, black belt middleweight. Some would say that this was one of the most competitive divisions at the tournament. I was seeded number 3. Number 2 was none other than ADCC legend Josh Hinger. And number 1 is Rafael Formiga, who is a multi-time champion. I think he's an 8-time world champion. I was able to beat him 1 time at the Pan American Championships this year in March. So it's a struggle at the top, right? I mean, we're all seeing the same people, and little things are going to make a difference. That's what I'm going to share with you today. Some of the really important takeaways that I got from it. Now, just to kind of quick recap on the tournament itself, the first match was really tough. The first match is tough all the time in the tournament, so I don't think people should beat themselves up for having a bad match, right? So for me, I won by a decision. It was a very close decision, but I knew that I had it cinched. That's not the way I want to win. The guy was very good. He was seeded number 60, so I didn't know what to expect. I'd never seen him before. He definitely tried to lock down my game. And it was a close call. That's not how I wanted to win it. And, sometimes it doesn't even go your way. Maybe this person's got a lot of clout. The people know who he is, and you get screwed out of the decision. So that's not a good way to approach that first match, but it's what happened, right? Second match, I believe I had a couple of had a foot sweep that won the match. Third match, pretty much same thing, foot sweep and a guard pass. Fourth match was one of the toughest matches I've had. This guy in the semis, or the quarterfinals to get to the semis, Crivellari, first time I met him, but he's a very good judoka, very good stand-up, and that's usually how I want to win the game and how I approach it. And so it was just a judo battle back and forth, and I made a last game time decision in the last minute to shut it down with a closed guard and run out the clock and win by an advantage. Fifth match is the semifinals against Josh Hinger. I was warned about his sweep single that he does to pretty much everybody, and if he succeeds, he ends up getting to your back and getting in a really good spot. He actually submitted every single person leading up to this match. And so it was going to be a pretty tactical match. And lo and behold, in the first 15 seconds, he gets his move and he scores a 2. Now, I tried a Sumigaishi. I really attempted to try to throw it. He stuck it at the top. And I didn't really get to own that shoulder like I wanted to. So it cost me 2 points and it cost me the match. And it's little things like that end up costing you the match. So good experience overall. And I got up on the podium. This is the first time ever at the Masters Worlds that I got on the podium. It's been many years. As a matter of fact, I've been losing the first round of this tournament back in 2019 and 2018. And that's really what made me go away from the gi. It was almost like, if I can't do this at the highest level, I'm just going to focus on no gi. I did well in it, but here we are back in the gi to become the Triple Crown champion. So this is a huge progress to get on the podium. And the top is near. It's the same guys, and we're always jockeying for position. And maybe it's one day and not your day the other. So you just got to keep on trying, right? So not the result I was looking for, but progress. So what did I learn from this? One, the details are very important at the highest level. And one of the things that we want to make sure that we understand is a tournament. So it's a climb to the top. And if you go hard that first, second, third match, you got to take every match one match at a time. But you got to understand that in 66 people that was in my division, 5 matches to get to the podium, 6 matches to get on top of the podium. So if you go and put all your energy out in the first and second match, then you may not have enough for the most important matches in the semis and the finals, right? So you really want to pace yourself as you go through. Understand that's not going to be the best wins that you're going to get. You're not winning by submission, but you're climbing to the top slowly. So it's really important to make sure that you conserve your energy and you really pay attention to the details in the sense that you do what you need to do to win, and you keep on taking it one match at a time. Now, a couple of small things that I picked up from it when talking about the details is we need to focus on lapel guarding. Said, oh, this is terrible. When you're doing the worm guard and you're weaving the gi underneath your leg and you almost like you're rope fighting, right? It's not even real fighting anymore. So I really didn't want to pay attention and focus on that. But really, this goes again to my training of many martial arts. I finished training Kudo with my sensei in Colorado. 2 days after the tournament, I flew out to Colorado. I'll do a video on that shortly. But some of the tactics that we use in Kudo when clinching is there's a person who takes that bottom lapel and drags the guy around, kicks him in the face and punches him. So I said, maybe there's something to this now. And really, I saw a lot of lapel guarding in the tournament, weaving it from a closed guard underneath your leg. As a matter of fact, in the absolute tournament, I got caught in the closed guard and Formiga had an underhook, scoop grip, and feet fed to my gi. And so I can't ignore this anymore. I have to really focus on developing a very strong lapel guard. Not that I don't use it, but in the sense that using it between the legs and trying to weave my hand between the legs, I think this is where some time will be very well invested in learning the next evolution of jiu-jitsu. And hopefully I can figure out some of my own techniques. I'll build, of course, off of existing knowledge, but work on my own stuff. So that's one big takeaway in terms of technique and the details. Last thing about technique and the details, I've been spending a lot of time on sumigaishi. I think it's one of the best throws for Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but you do take a risk in that you're going to be playing bottom guard when it doesn't succeed, but also that you have to make sure that you control that shoulder. You have to own that shoulder, and you're going to see the mistakes that I made in doing the throw. Actually, in the first match, I tried a sumigaishi. It failed, and then I had to play guard from the bottom. And all this guy wanted to do is win by decision. That's at least my opinion. Sorry, I'm respecting my opponent, but I think he did the right strategy, right? And I was kind of caught in that strategy because of a failed sumigaishi. So I really got to work on that, owning the shoulder, owning the space, getting that strong grip. So that kind of goes in the scheme of the first lesson, right? We're focused on the details. Number 2, nutrition is a performance superpower. Some people would say like, it doesn't make a difference what you eat as long as you're not eating. Well, some people say it doesn't matter. I think it truly matters. At 45, the nutrition was a really huge part of it. And you can get my AI nutrition prompt in the description below. If that's something you're working on, it'll give you everything you need to make weight and get ready for a tournament where you make weight on the same day and the tournament where you might make weight the day before, and also give you a good idea, day-to-day meal plan on how to fuel yourself. It was a game changer for me, really focusing on my nutrition. I got to thank my wife for that because she was using ChatGPT and AI-assisted solutions to help her with her weight loss. She's lost 20 pounds and she looks really strong and muscular. And so there's got to be something to that. So she helped me out with it. And I continue to refine this prompt. And you can get it too. Just put your name, email in the description below, and I'll be happy to send it to you. Give it a try. Let me know what you think about it. But it really helped me out. It also helped me out plan out my nutrition for the day. And I made a tweak on it because I wanted to be 1 pound under. So I'd be 181 and a half. I was 1 pound, 1.5 pounds under so that I can begin to refuel in the bullpen. We don't have a lot of time, like 20 to 30 minutes. I think that was a mistake. I'm going to try to get, now I've refined the prompt to be 2.5 pounds under because I want to have somewhat of a meal to fuel me. And my meal is usually like a egg white omelet with some spinach. And that gives me a lot of energy. And I didn't get a chance to eat that before the match. And I'm still kind of struggling to kind of get enough water, right? I'm not hot water, but I had to make sure I was disciplined about it. So I want to give myself a little bit more leeway to have good breakfast. That's another takeaway I got from it. But overall, my nutrition was on point. Like I packed everything and put it in my bag. I have these power oats that I make. Share with you all the information in another video. But power oats, I had my omelet also packed away. I had electrolytes and drinks that I needed throughout the day because I anticipated making gold, right? That's my goal. So all the food that I had, packed for that. But not only that, I was going to compete in the absolute division. So whether or not, as long as I make the podium, I always enter the absolute division. I think that's a purest expression of jiu-jitsu, right? Be able to use your jiu-jitsu and win against somebody bigger and stronger than you. So between go back to the last match, I really didn't have a lot of time to fuel up. I had like maybe 5 minutes after I weighed in because other matches didn't check in, so that we kind of got bumped up. So that threw me a little bit off my game because I didn't have enough time to refuel. So this is the reason why I want to refuel and be able to fuel up before I step on that scale. An adjustment that I made, a thing that I learned. But as soon as I do that, I have my protein shake, I have electrolytes I'm sipping on, and I'm trying to get a bite of food, which I didn't really get. Had the match, didn't have a great match, came back, immediately 2 to 3 spoonfuls of oats, sips of electrolytes, and drinking throughout the day. In a previous tournament, I cramped up, maybe 10 matches in. And my coach there told me that I need to increase my electrolyte intake. So I've been planning to take 2,000 milligrams or 2 of these electrolyte packages. I still cramped up at the end of the night. It was kind of crazy. So I think I might have to bump it up to 3, or I need to get more magnesium and potassium. That's another thing that so fueling up throughout the day, eat between matches to make sure I have enough food and water, but also I want to do the absolute. So I plan to eat enough between the end of my weight class and the absolute to be 100% fueled. And that's to eat my omelet, to eat my oats, and also to have some extras on the side, like some bars and protein shakes and bars available. So that's lesson number 2, working on nutrition. It's been a game changer for me, and I'm going to continue to improve and make micro adjustments and work on the details. Number 3, a couple other things in the strength conditioning, very, very helpful to me. An improvement I made a year ago with my strength conditioning coach, Asim from Nova Barbell. He's been contacting me pretty much every day, making sure everything's on point, nutrition's on point, weight's on point, my workout is tapering at the right time. But we recently added some interval runs and sprints to the training. I have bad knees at 45. I used to run a lot. Now I can't run so much, but that has been a massive improvement. If not improving my overall physical ability and endurance, but also my confidence, right? I know I can push and work through every match. And there's a couple of matches where I'm barely breathing, just like, oh, this is on the park. And maybe that's partly physical, maybe it's partly mental, but it was a huge change for me. And I thank my strength and conditioning coach for making those tweaks. So those are the 3 lessons that I learned, right? Some technical details to improve upon. It also gives me some new areas I want to focus. Number 2, nutrition, being king and making small adjustments, and then I'll continue to make adjustments. Like I said, I have an AI prompt that you can get if you put your name in an email in there. I'm continuing to improve that prompt all the time, and every time I make an improvement, I'll let you all know. But it's been just instrumental for me in making these changes. So I want to offer it to you and give it a try, and let me know in the comments below if you use it and how it's working for you and if you're seeing success. And of course, the third thing, these small strength conditioning improvements that have really, really helped me out a lot. That's going to continue to improve as we go along. So wrapping it up, didn't get the gold, got on the podium. My wife tells me I should be happy, but I'm a person who's always more. And so I want to get there together. We'll continue to really focus on the stand-up. My next goal is the Veterans World Championships for Judo, and that's going to be in Paris, November 2nd through the 5th. There's going to be about 60 people in that division as well. That's growing. They still have the division still open, so I'll be winning a lot of my throws. You can see that my foot sweep game is continuing to improve. It's one of my best features, one of my best, we call it my Takuya Waza, my specialty move. And if you want that move, I also have a course that you can get, Foot Sweeps of Fury. I'll put it below for 33% off link in the description. I hope you get it. I hope you improve your foot sweeps. And if you do, send me a comment and let me know. Okay. So here we are. We're chasing greatness together on and off the mats. And I hope you got some good value out of this video. And I'm going to see you shortly in the next one. The next video I'm going to share with you is about my actual nutrition plan, what I've made to fuel up and get ready for this tournament, and how I'm getting ready for the next one. And thank you for coming along with this journey. Let's chase greatness together.